Hello everybody, this is a timeless reading. Let's get down to it. Let's see what needs to be known right now. One more time. Okay, let's get to it. All right. Huh. It's a little interesting. I wouldn't expect a chariot right now for the overall. We're in a Mercury retrograde when I'm doing this, but yet again, timeless, so could be for any number of reasons. So, right now, you're rethinking things, that's for sure. The challenge is it's because you're poised to move on from a lot. This feels in line with what we were talking about before. Last reading, you had given up a lot and you weren't sure if it was the right decision. Now, this seems to be kind of still where you're coming from, at least from these first two cards. Yeah, so it's hard because you didn't really... If anything, you might have been realizing now you took some of this for granted as to what you had. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it was, oh, woe was me, I made the wrong choice. You made the right choice. You're just kind of, you're settling into it fairly. And that can be a little tough sometimes because, you had to give up stuff, but that doesn't mean you want it to. It's just where you are right now, Yeah, and then that's the whole point of Five of Wands. Yeah, I think you're just you might have, you knew it was gonna be some work after this point. That's the whole thing. It's why it took so long to get to here. It's like, oh man, it's gonna suck when I have to do all this. But I think that's kind of the whole thing though, is that you're giving up a lot of superfluism, and it's going to make things much easier moving forward in the future. You're going from a scale that might have been balanced, but with way too much weight on the scale, to a scale that's balanced with far less weight. That's my interpretation, going from the 7 to the 3. Because yeah, your strength is that you're giving up a lot of weight, whether it seemed cool or not to be this way. It's a major trimming of the fat. Now, I would acknowledge that it's affected you a lot. And I think that's probably a big part of this, is that you're kind of probably a little dazed and just lost right now, and that's okay. I would make sure you just kind of keep that in mind moving forward. I get that from these two, at least, because Knight of Wands, it's like personal, boisterous, loud and proud energy, and you're kind of turned on your head right now with the Ace of Wands. So yeah, right now you're just kind of like, oh, you might be in a little bit of a self-pity state right now, which makes perfect sense because what we're talking about here, the fears and the hopes, also pretty spot on. You're worried that you're just going to be up a creek from doing all of this. And yeah, I think the point is it's going to be a lot of grieving, emotionally. I think that's kind of the point, is you're more or less just grieving where you are right now. And I still want to say it's the right path. It's 100% the right path because, well, you just, sometimes the other side of the hill is a little lower to get up to the other side of the valley. You make a dip and you go a little higher. And if you're unsure about this, and this is, you think I'm just being a little bit overly optimistic for the sake of it, let's get into it a little more. Let's clarify. See if we can get a little bit more advice even based off of the situation, because nobody wants to be like, it's kind of like this reading feels like a, I don't know, like a burglar alarm. It's like, somebody broke in. It's like, yeah, I know that doesn't help my situations. I came here knowing that, like, so let me see if I can do this a little better for everybody here. Okay, just a general 3-card. Give me a basic idea. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely working with some sort of, yeah. No, okay. Yeah, already. Coming from a good place. And, well, I just got 3 cards at once for the last, It's a little harder to clarify. One more time, just because I got too many cards at once. Although I think I kind of got the, yeah. No, this is the exact kind of idea. Yeah. No, you're good. See? So, just so you know, because I don't feel like, oh, you forced the reading. I didn't force the reading. Before, I was getting like a 6 of Pentacles, a 4 of Wands reversed, and the Sun reversed, which I think is kind of the same energy as the Devil in reverse. Those were the 3 cards I got representing the Devil in reverse, and I think it's actually a pretty good clarification. To back up, yeah, you're working through some sort of agreement, whether with somebody else or just as like a contract, and you had to be very strong. You had to balance things. You had to think of your boundaries and like fight for yourself in a very mature way. And now it's kind of about just getting through the muck of this moment. Sun in reverse, Devil reverse. I would say it's kind of like you're dusting off the hangover right now. And like you could be upset, but I would say you're probably okay. You got Tower reverse with the Chariot. That means the situation, realistically, it's working itself out. It might be very uncomfortable. You might be very scared and emotional. I think it's deserved, because it might be just a scary spot. You had to be very brave. We've talked about this many times up until now. So I would just I'd hang in there. And I know that's not necessarily amazing advice, but yeah, right now while I'm filming this, it's a Mercury retrograde. But timeless or not, that's kind of the vibe of this is a period of revision, slow down, step back, and I feel a lot of that personally with where we're coming from right now. It was a big shakeup. You made it through the other end. The high of, wow, I stood up for myself is kind of over. You're dealing with a lot of the practical ends of this decision now, and those always suck, but they always suck later, which means they were right, because in the moment they felt right when you were supposed to make these decisions. So take care of yourself. I would say that's the short answer for this reading. Take care of yourself. Slow down a little bit. Understand you didn't do anything wrong. You're just still unpacking from this decision. If you can keep that in mind and you can kind of keep pace, you're going to feel like things are much better soon. Just be patient. I'd hate hearing that more than most people. Trust me, I get it. But it's true. Patience is a form of self-trust. And I would trust that you made the right decisions now. And yeah, use it as an exercise moving forward from now.